So the bees are out busy, just orientating themselves to their new environment. We're not too sure what bees they are. Most of them are dark coloured, but there are some lighter ones. We're not sure whether they're a bit of a mix really. So all I'm going to do is just lift this up for Mark to get access to. Which they're not going to like this because it's a bit noisy, isn't it? There we are, so is that nice and secure now? So we're just going to take the strap off and have a look through this one. We haven't done a proper inspection of these as yet, so we'll see how we can get on. We don't want to disturb them too much, but we'll have a little look there and see how we get on. Is your planning adding a queen excluder thing, Mark, is it? So you can...
I might change the queen excluder because it's rotten a bit, and we'll tidy up the edges here now. Put a new crown board on and go from there.
Okay.
As you can see, this hasn't been inspected for many years. The bees have properlised everything up, so we're just going to clean the edges, make sure get a nice fit.
Do you want your hive tool?
I've got it here. Just have a quick cursory look for the queen. Obviously the queen's not marked.
That we're aware of anyway. I doubt she'll be marked.
You can see it's been poorly managed. The frames are rotten. Properlisation everywhere. There's plenty of bees in here, which is a good sign. We're not going to do much to them, I think. We're just going to prepare them for winter, and hopefully I'll put them in a new box in the spring, and hopefully they'll thrive from there.
We were unsure whether they'd be able to make a new frame, isn't it, Mark? But
We'll try and get one of these frames out so you can just have a quick look.
because they're so old, aren't they? They could do with new frames,
Yeah,
but
they're not going to build any foundation out now, I don't think, so the weather's changing. So we'll just take a middle frame out here so you can have a quick look. So, plenty of stalls, and as you can see the varroa here, the mummies here. The varroa's quite bad, got deformed wing virus. So we're going to hit them hard with the formicpro, hopefully that'll knock them back. Just have a quick look this side, see if we've got the queen.
there's pollen in there, though,
There's plenty
isn't
of
there?
pollen there, so you know there is brood. So yeah, there's plenty of bees. We'll leave the super on because they've got some stores in there for winter, and then I'll just put a block of apifonda on once we've finished this formicpro treatment in 2 weeks' time. 3 weeks'
What's
time.
apifonda?
The fondant.
So as it gets further into winter in the weather, the temperature reduces, isn't it? Where it freezes, you go from a liquid syrup to a fondant, isn't it? Saves it freezing then. So that's the apifonda, you know?
Yeah, apifonda we're using. You can just use baker's fondant, but it all depends what you can get hold of. So just clean the edges here. We'll put a new excluder on, and we'll put the treatment on.
So this is the formicpro that we've got. Beehive strips for honeybees, formic acid there. It comes in 20 strips and 10 sachets. So in here it just comes in 10 pouches, and then there's 2 in each pouch.
So it comes like this. 2 strips per hive. It all depends how strong the colony is and what the varroa mite count is. So we're going to put 2 strips on this. Hopefully it'll knock them quite back. Expiry date down here.
When you open the pack, it just comes like this. It's got like a paper cover on it, and what the bees will do, they'll just eat through it, won't they, Mark? And then it'll treat them for varroa.
In our other hives we've used Apistan in some of the hives, and we used Apivar. We're doing formicpro now, so you could say we're doing like a proper test on varroa treatment, but the bees and the varroa become resistant to the same treatment if you're using it every year. So we're going to use formic acid here, or formicpro, because it's quite strong and it's organic. Hopefully it will do, and then we'll bake them in closer to December, I think. Can you smoke these down while I scrape this top off?
Yep.
Okay.
Looks better already, just cleaning it off, doesn't it? The outside quality of the wood's quite good though, Mark. So how come inside's rotting? It's just got water in it?
Well, yeah, the frames are made out of pine, and the box, or the hive, the brew box and the supers were probably made out of cedar.
Right, okay.
Yeah, as you can see, the frames are rot on the ends.
They're quite calm though, the bees, considering they've been upheavaled from their original place.
So with the configuration of this hive, it's different to what we normally run. Normally we run the frames across from the entrance this way, the other way. So I'm going to leave them full like that for now. And then what I've done is scraped all the edges off, and then with these patties I'm going to put them across.
Want me to thingy them down?
So frames like that, so it'll give some support, it'll hold it up. And I think what I'm going to do to cover all frames, I'm going to stagger them like that, so we'll cover all frames like that, so it'll create one strip. Stagger them.
Looks good to me.
So we'll put new queen exploit on there now. New to the hive, not new. We'll go from there. Put new queen on.
So just put the queen excluder on the top, and that keeps the patty in place as well, doesn't it, Matt?
Yep.
We're going to keep the super on this hive just because they've got stores in there, so that will help them through the winter, and we don't want to disturb them too much either. You know, these have been abandoned hives for some time, and then me and Mark are coming here and disturbing them. They've been doing perfectly fine on their own, so we'll just try and leave them be as much as we can. And just on the front here, if you can see, this bee, this is the one that's been deformed because of the varroa. So it's a lot smaller in the body, if you can see there, the normal bees. And then this one, the abdomen's a lot smaller there. And it's also got deformed wings. So that's a telltale sign that they've got varroa there. So we'll just put the super back on, lid on, and we will leave them.
New crown board, we'll take the other one away, we'll use this one because we'll need to feed fondant later on. And what we'll do, we'll most probably put another super on here, and then I'll put the fondant in a celebrations tin with a lid facing up with a hole in the bottom, so we can just come here and top the lid up without disturbing the bees.
What's vitally important when we're checking these as well, we're going home and washing all of the equipment, our gloves, our suits and that, just so we don't transfer, if these have got any diseases, that when we go and check our other hives, that we're not transferring any diseases to the other hives there. So if you are new to beekeeping like us, it would be advisable to make sure you wash everything. So all we're going to do is just do the same to the next hive now, yeah?
Yep.
And then leave them bee mark.
So yeah.
But they seem happy where they are at the moment.
The only other thing you need to do is with the formicpro is we need to widen the entrance to allow air to circulate through the box, and also we need to put a tray in the bottom, so just make it from an open mesh fall to a close once we've got them there.
Ah, right, okay. So what's the tray for then? Why?
It's just to keep the air through it instead of the air coming up from the bottom. The air's coming in from the front to circulate through the
Ah, right,
patties.
okay. Oh well, you're going to do that now then, or?
No, I'll do it after.
There we go. Okay, all done.